I'm Peter Henley, President and CEO of Onyx Hospitality Group.
Welcome, thank you very much for joining us here at ITB, right at the top of the Funktum Tower. We're here at ITB. I'd like to talk a little bit about the announcement that you made earlier today. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we've been as a company in existence since 1965, known as Amari Hotels and Resorts. But in the last year or so, we have decided to try and take this company to the next level. Part of that was a growth plan that we put in place. And we saw opportunities both in our traditional segment, which is the 4-star segment, which is Amari, but also saw opportunities in a limited service area and in a luxury area. And so we decided to attack this by creating 2 new brands. One was Ozo Sleep Dream to deal with the limited service segment, and then Saffron Hotels and Resorts to deal with luxury. So clearly, if you've got an Ozo property, it can't be run by Amari, as we've always done in the past. We've had Amari running Amaris, but now we couldn't do this. So we've created now a new management company, effectively over the top of those brands, called Onyx Hospitality Group. And in that company, there are 3 brands which will be speaking primarily to the travel trade, the consumer, and the press. But they're trade brands as opposed to a management company brand.
Okay, well, let's talk about those 3 different brands. If you could go through them and tell us a little bit about each one and what they mean and how they're positioned in the market.
Okay, let's start with our traditional brand, if I can call it that, Amari. This was relaunched, it's been in place for about 16, 17 years. We relaunched it in October last year. And that is really in the sort of 4.5 star upper mid-scale segment, both urban and resorts, and it's something we've done traditionally very well in Thailand for a number of years, and we're now exporting that abroad. Ozo is in that I suppose you'd call it 3-star, limited service, select service. Say what you like about its title. It's really a kind of rooms-driven product. Limited F&B, maybe a little bit of meeting space, but it's in that slightly lower segment where the travelers don't get the full facilities you'd have in an Amari, but still have a good room and get a good night's sleep and the like.
And how many Ozo hotels are there? How many properties?
None at the moment. This is the launch of the brand. We are going to be building a couple of our own to showcase what they should be. One in a resort location, one in an urban location.
Can you tell us where they are?
The urban will be Bangkok, and then the leisure will be in Samui, Koh Samui, an island in the Gulf of Siam. And so we will show what they should be, if you like. And then finally, the Saffron Hotels and Resorts. That is again luxury. This isn't a 5-star, what you'd call a 5+ star, whatever that it may be, but is in the luxury segment. Full service hotels, bigger rooms, more luxurious environment. And we're going to launch our first one of these actually in Bangkok, middle of next year. Strangely or interestingly, they're going to be called in Thailand Oriental Residences. We're leveraging that Oriental brand awareness. They'll be run by Saffron, but they'll be called Oriental Residences. We hope to have a couple more in Thailand, but outside they'll be known as Saffron Hotels and Resorts.
Okay, you touched upon expansion and outside. Can you tell us a little bit about perhaps which countries, which destinations you'll be looking to expand to? Yes,
the vision for us is to be a leading Asian hospitality provider by the year 2018, and so we're looking only in Asia Pacific, but for us includes, if you like, the Middle East. So we've developed what we call a sort of banana strategy for growth, which is we start in the Middle East, and then you've got India, southern China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Australia. So areas which are kind of within reach, a reasonable reach from Bangkok, so we can manage them well and tightly. We think in those countries which we think have opportunities for us to put our brands in.
Okay, well, obviously early days so far. You've just announced it, but what are the long-term plans? How many properties would you like to have, say, within the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, the plan we've announced is that we have 11 Amari properties only in Thailand right now. By the year 2018, I call it my 10-year plan, but suddenly it dawned on me the other day it's only 8 years left now. We are planning to have 51 branded Onyx properties in those areas.
And any chance of seeing those in Europe or the UK specifically?
Not in my time, I don't think. The first stage of the plan is to try and make sure we get Asia right, or Middle East and Asia right, and thereafter I'm sure that there will be an opportunity to develop into Europe. We want to do that, but we want to do it one step at a time.
Peter, thank you very much indeed for joining us here at Breaking Travel News.
Thank you so much.